I have a degree in urban planning, which if you're doing sim games is probably a really good degree to have. If you're not doing sim games, it might not be so relevant. At the same time, any education is valuable, so there's always things that you can apply from different areas, different courses, different areas of study, because no matter what you do, a game is a simulation, and it's going to be simulating something, probably something that you know from some aspect of your life.
So in high school, I took every programming class I could, basically, and then when I finished, I applied to computer science at McMaster. I did a 4-year program at McMaster and got my bachelor's degree in computer science, and then I also took video game design and development at Trios College and got a diploma in that. And then I also did an internship with Snakehead Games through Trios. You don't actually need to do nearly that much if you want to get into the game industry. The most important thing is to have something to show, to have a portfolio. If you can show that you can go from the idea to a full game and it's fully realized, that goes a long way when you're applying for jobs, for sure.
The advice that I would have for people that want to break into the game industry is make video games. I know so many writers in this world that don't write anything. They're just, oh yeah, I'm a writer. What do you write? I'm in between gigs. You're not in between gigs. You're lazy. Same thing goes with painters, with artists, everyone who says that they are something and then they're not doing that. If I wasn't working here, I would still be making games. So if you want to get into the gaming industry, make games. Hell or high water, if there isn't a paycheck coming in, devote all of your spare time to making games and never stop. That's my advice. If you want to be a game designer, be a game designer.
I would say that your education never really stops. At least it can't when you're doing software development. Unlike certain paths where you take refresher courses or you catch up on things, the world of software is changing at an extremely fast and in fact accelerating pace. You must continually maintain that education.
There's a very easy, clear path to give yourself a shot though. Giving yourself a shot in the games industry is about making sure you do a lot of mistakes on your own time. Build games, try them, fail with them, that's fine. It's not a big deal. Have some failures, show them off. But the point is, you're showing that you're growing, you're doing cool things. It's like any industry, really, you gotta do the work. But in the games industry, it's hard to break in. So do the work in your own time.
So many different departments in art, especially in larger studios, and everything specifies down to one specific thing. Is it characters? Is it textures? Is it environments and stuff like that? So when you're building a portfolio, take that into consideration. What are you applying for? Cater your portfolio just to that. You don't need to show a whole lot of pieces. 6 to 12 different pieces in a portfolio is usually good. Or when you're applying to a smaller studio, showcase the best work of everything.
As an owner of a company, what we really want to look for is people with passion. You have to really enjoy what you're doing. When you're starting out, the jobs aren't necessarily the best ones you're going to get as your career advances. You have to, in some cases, eat the dog food before you can get on and start creating the really good stuff that you want to do. You want to stay creative and you want to stay passionate about what you want to do. Again, as a business owner, we look for someone who is independent. That's really important to us being a small company, because when we give someone something to do, we really need them to come through and get it done. We don't want to be there holding their hand the whole time. We want them to have a little bit of initiative. And it doesn't mean you have to understand everything, but at least know if you don't know something, you can come to us, find a quick answer, or you know where to go on the internet or somewhere else to get an answer. That's probably the most important thing.
If you're trying to get into the industry, another hugely helpful thing would be to get to know people in the industry. Go to events, just email them, talk to them. People would be surprised how easy it is. Like, you think of these huge companies that make these multi-million-dollar games and you think that they won't have time to respond to you, but if you send them an email, I've gotten an email from Gabe Newell before and that was pretty amazing, so you'd be surprised. Just send a message, tell them what you think of their stuff. That's a good way to start the conversation. You never know what could happen.